If you've been usually born in the early 1990s and it's the 2000s, you may have had to come across this particular video that you see on the internet. It's basically usually a video of some man eventually shoving a jar up his ass. Basically, the video was about 3 to 4 minutes long, considering how the video was long, or so. The video first starts with usually of a man putting a jar on the ground. He then shows the person the jar, and then he eventually places the jar there, and in fact he decides to usually give him a second to back up to in front of the jar. He then eventually decides to crouch down and then sit on the jar, and he accidentally exposes his penis, because basically he was naked, and basically he did not have any shorts on to do that. He was usually naked, and basically after that he then crouches down on the jar, and basically after that the jar then eventually goes up his asshole. He then slides the whole jar into his anus, and it gives him a minute to basically do that. After the jar slides in his asshole, the jar couldn't eventually stand the pressure that he was eventually trying to get in. Because basically the jar tried its best not to break. And after that, the jar couldn't even stand the pressure, considering if he did not lube the jar first. And then basically after that, the jar then accidentally shatters. Then the jar then breaks and shatters in the guy's asshole, and then cuts and slices his ass, and he skins inside of his asshole and anus. After that, his anus starts bleeding, and after that, he doesn't even start screaming in pain. He basically puts his hands up his asshole to get the broken glass out, and basically he tried his best to get the glass out, and then usually he got some of it out, but after that, after it took a minute to get the full glass out of his asshole, and there's blood, he finally did. After he got the full glass out of his asshole that got sliced by a jar that popped and shattered in him, he then basically has bloody hands, and he basically walks away, as it shows a broken jar with blood everywhere. Then the video ends. Basically, this video was made back in 2008. It's basically usually a video of usually that got popular for people back in the early 2010s. Considering how this video was eventually filmed in the early 2000s, or the late 2000s, the video actually was recorded back in 2008. People would eventually often react to this kind of video, either they're eventually disgusted or just laugh at it or so. But usually, sometimes people will try their best to usually upload the full video, but this time it was just some clickbait shit. And basically the man behind the video, we don't know what his name is. So, basically, people were traumatized and shocked at the video because they probably made them sick, or probably made them choke on their aspirin vomit or so, just because of the video. And then basically usually that. And this is how usually the guy died after eventually recording the video. After usually he's died from blood loss due to him shoving a jar right up his butthole, and it exploded, and it cut at him really bad, and blood came out. And basically this man was not rushed to the hospital, because after an hour after his body was found, he was found dead because he died from particularly usually blood loss after doing that. And this is the real reason why you shouldn't record yourself if you're doing dangerous stuff. There's a different video of him basically torturing his genitals. And basically there's a video of him shoving a screwdriver in his penis hole. And there's a video of him shoving apples up his asshole. That's the video they record right before the event. He sadly passed away from blood loss. And this is the real reason why you don't film yourself hurting your private areas just for views. We don't know if he was a vet, you're doing this for fun. So yeah.